So, now you're at art school. You just went to your first few classes and you're maybe now realizing that getting into the school was a lot easier than getting out is going to be. Uh-oh, you're sitting in your dark dorm room, thinking about your parents back home, talking to your aunts and uncles, saying things like, there are a lot of jobs for his degree. Oh no, he's not going to have that much debt. We told him to go to computer school, or whatever it is that your parents say these days. Fret not, because the Art School Strategy Guide is here. Now, in order to truly survive this big zombie apocalypse that is art school, we have a couple different types of tips for you. We got the small tips that maybe everyone tells you that you hear all the time, that maybe you just need to hear again. And then we got the big tips, the ones that no one ever tells you, the ones that people don't really talk about, that are just as important for you to be a successful artist and student. So let's get started with our first big tip. First big tip is know that you're terrible. Know that you're bad. Whatever you thought you were good at before, you're probably bad at it now. If you were the best at it before, you're probably the worst at it now. That's why you're in art school. You go there to learn, not to prove what you know. Some small tips you might get are like, draw more, read more, go to more art shows, talk about artwork. Second big tip, make good friends. When you leave this little bubble, you're going to find that tons of people straight up do not care about art. They're not going to fancy the same things that you do. They're not going to be impressed by your knowledge of composition and mastery of strokes, or whatever it is you think about Damien Hirst. This may be the only chance you get to be around a lot of people who feel the same way about art that you do. That's what art school is for. You're going to make the best friends of your life there. You're going to get to know the coolest people that you're ever going to meet. Or some things could be like, don't get bad habits. Don't be a stereotype. Make original ideas. Read about cool things. Read art magazines. Read art books. Post a comment in this video. Tip number 3. Make sure you get your money's worth. If you're at art school, you're probably bad at math. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. I am too. And you're not going to understand really how big your debt's going to be until after you leave. And you're like, what? You're going to be in some debt, buddy. So make sure you get your money's worth. All those professors you're hanging out with, they're paid to hang out with you. So make sure you pick their brains for all the knowledge you can. All the resources that you have access to, any fancy computer labs, any fancy equipment, you know that you're not going to have that afterwards. So make sure you take advantage of it. Or there could be tips like, don't be shy. Learn to sell your work. Make things you love. Be sure this is what you want. Don't be a hipster. Be nice to everyone you meet. Last pro tip, you're a professional artist starting right now. I don't care if it's the first year of art school or the last year of art school. Know that you're going to need to make an artwork as a living as soon as you leave. Pretend you need to do that right now. Go to galleries, get your work out there. I don't care how bad you think it is. Make sure you're making connections. Go out there, meet people. Don't compare yourself to the people in your classes. Compare yourself to the best artists that you know on earth. If you're not as good as them, then you're not good enough. So keep getting better. Be a professional artist starting now. And you know what, guys? One last tip. Just remember what made you excited about art. Remember what made you want to go to art school in the first place, and never forget it. Whatever you thought was cool before, keep that up and keep doing that. Because people are going to try to change you and make you do things you never wanted to do. Just always keep close to your heart whatever you thought was cool about artwork in the first place. These are just some things that I wish people had told me before I started art school, maybe even while I was there, just to keep me encouraged. If you have some better stuff to tell me, make sure you leave it in the comments. Or if you're going through art school right now, make sure you share your experience with me down in the comments. So just remember why you're there, enjoy it, because there's really nothing in the world like it. Till then, see you next video. I'll have some more reviews for you guys, as well as some more tips and videos about art school and critiques and all the crazy madness that goes along with it. Go ahead, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think.